Have you ever seen those enormous mining vehicles, the ones that are 3 stories high? Did you know some of the biggest ones weigh 450 tonnes? Can you imagine how much fuel they use? Well, how about this for Australian innovation? 2 former WA farmers have come up with a way to make those enormous gas-guzzling mining vehicles electric, and apparently they don't lose anything in the transition. In fact, they gain a whole lot by the sounds of things, and it makes them a much greener alternative to the current fleet of mining vehicles. They've just converted a 100-tonne mining truck to be an electric vehicle, and it made its debut at a mining conference in Perth this week. Clayton is the former farmer, now chief engineer at Electric Power Conversions Australia, and joins me now. Clayton, welcome.
Thank you.
When did you and your dad start exploring this idea of making mining vehicles electric?
Oh, look, we did our first electrification on the farm's four-wheeler 25 years ago, so it's always been in our blood. But I electrified the hydrogen electric truck for Fortescue and then got a passion for it and wanted to do better design. And so I started out, and then sometime later my father joined me, and he's a mechanical engineer, I'm an electrical engineer, so together with his farming background, mine as well, we were able to purchase the truck and retrofit it.
Can you give us an idea of the carbon emission savings from turning these trucks into electric vehicles?
Yeah, if you base the numbers on 6,000 run hours a year and you're burning, say, 64 litres an hour, you'll save 1,260 tonnes of carbon emissions per year on this CAT 777 100-tonne truck that's full battery electric.
And are these pretty standard-sized mining vehicles? Like, how many of these particular ones are in the fleet around Australia?
Oh, there's some 1,200 of these units in Australia and about 5,500 worldwide. This truck represents 30% of the mining market. For our Tier 1 miners in Western Australia, it's their water cart and their service truck. But if you look at smaller gold miners or mining contractors, this is their main fleet.
So if you converted all of those, that's going to be a substantive diminishment of fossil fuel emissions. But I have to ask you, they're so big, will charging them wipe out the grid?
No. In fact, the charge times or charge requirements are really only a couple of megawatts. And if you look at, say, a large mine or a reasonable sized mine operating in the Pilbara, it's really just their spinning reserve. So they've certainly got the capacity to charge these. Do
they take very long to charge?
Our truck takes 50 minutes to do a full charge and runs for 8 hours continuous under heavy duty.
Right. So, and what's the operation of an electric truck like? Is it any different to the trucks that are fossil fuels?
Yeah, it's vastly different. There's no noise or very little noise, and there's certainly no vibration. The truck responds beautifully. You can really inch it. We're very tight getting it out of our workshop, but we can, an inch either side, and we can just move it almost at a crawling pace. It's very responsive.
Is the motor much different?
Yeah, the motor's substantially different. So 5.9 tonne is what the Caterpillar truck engine weighs with its torque converter. We took that out and we put in a 450 kilo liquid-cooled electric motor. That motor's got another 100 horsepower on the 1,000 horsepower, and then it's also 3 times as efficient and delivers a far better torque curve. So, it's a win all round for its ability to move dirt out of the pit.
How much money would you be saving operating this? I mean, you're going to save on fuel for starters, aren't you?
Certainly they save on fuel. So the normal truck this size is burning $112 an hour based on $1.60 a litre, and ours based on $135 a megawatt hour is burning just $22. So it's 80% reduction in fuel. Maintenance is about 40% reduction. And if you look over 20 years, the total cost of ownership of a diesel is $25 million, whereas our battery electric is just $11 million.
So you took it to a mining conference in WA this week. What was the reaction there? Because there are overseas companies doing this as well, from memory.
Yeah, there's really only 3 in the world. Of course, the Chinese have one, and then the Turks have one with new cement. And then, we have one now in Western Australia. Yeah, we had an overwhelming response. Was flat out the full 3 days just talking to people and demonstrating the truck, and then now we're going into trials.
Come a long way from converting a four-wheeler with your dad on the farm 25 years ago.
Yes, definitely. But I have done, this is my third conversion on mining equipment. Yeah, I've done a 220-ton truck and an Epiroc D65 drill rig. So, yeah, and my team have done a race car. So, yeah, we've got some good experience, and we're certainly agile and get it done.
Well, Clayton, I actually can be honest with you, I've got no idea what those vehicles are, but I know they're probably massive. Thank you very much for explaining it all to us, and good luck with the electrification of gas guzzlers. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.